So from men's singles to women's singles, and the beaten finalist from a year ago, Wang Xin of China, number 3 seed this year, up against the number 6 seed, Saina Nehwal from India. So it looks as if Wang Xin has won the toss of the coin and has decided that she wishes to start at the near side of the court, nearest to us as we look down on it. Saina Nehwal, 21 years of age, world ranking of 6, but she has been as high as 2. Win-loss record for the year, very healthy indeed, and that translates into 1 title and 2 further finals. She won the Swiss Open, beaten finalist in the Malaysian Grand Prix gold event, and the player she lost to in that final was her opponent of today. Also reached the final of the last tournament she played, the Indonesian Super Series event, where she lost a thrilling final to Wang Yi-han. So a year ago, Saina Nehwal was the number 2 seed, and she lost at this stage of the competition. She lost in the quarterfinal to Wang Shixian, who of course this year is the number 1 seed. So movement at the top of the world rankings. Wang Xin, the left-hander, 25 years of age from Liaoning province. And not only silver at the World Championships last year, also silver at the Asian Games, where she lost out to the player who has replaced her as world number 1, her teammate Wang Shixian. Well, 20-6, her win-loss record for this year. 2 titles, obviously the Malaysian Grand Prix, and also the Singapore Super Series event, where she beat a certain Tina Bound from Denmark in that final. So the court officials for this quarter-final: Kang Shin-jung from Korea and Cormac Breslin from Ireland. So as far as these 2 players are concerned, I know in the men's singles we were talking about the fact that Lee Chong-wei had been breezing through the tournament so far. Well, as far as Saina Nehwal is concerned, she too has been breezing through, because she had a bye in the first round. Second round she had to play against Chloe McGee of Ireland. And then yesterday disposed of the number 14 seed Ip Hui-yin of Hong Kong. In fact, the Hong Kong player retired in that second game. Only 46 minutes in total that Saina Nehwal has been on court. As far as Wang Xin is concerned, she's had a much tougher route through to this quarter-final. So the 5th meeting between these 2 players, the silver medalist from a year ago, the number 3 seed, Wang Xin, left-hander there from China.
Saina Nehwal, India.
And her opponent, the number 6 seed, Saina Nehwal from India.
On my left, Wang Xin, China. Saina Nehwal to start the ball play.
So, as I was saying, this is the 5th meeting between these 2 players, previous 4, and the left-hander holds the advantage, having won 3 of them. But Morton, I guess the most significant match is probably the last one, and the last time they met was in the Sudirman Cup, and Saina Nehwal won on that occasion 2 straight games. Very easy indeed, 21-15, 21-11.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's always the most significant. Is the last match you played. That's what's on your mind, and you either got to keep the the trend or revenge yourself.
Service over, 2-1.
Saina Nehwal only on court for 46 minutes for her 2 previous matches. That's in total. Whereas Wang Xin was on court for 1 minute shy of that, just in last night's match against the number 12 seed Petia Nedelcheva. Dropped the opening game in that one. The Bulgarian actually just ran out of steam in the end. Yeah, good rally. But Morton, I have to say that Saina Nehwal has just looked in stunning form so far in these championships. She's looked exceedingly sharp. I don't know whether you got a chance to see any of Wang Xin yesterday evening, but she looked a little bit nervous, perhaps a little bit sluggish, didn't seem to be playing with the same sort of carefree abandonment that she did a year ago when she reached the final.
No, but that's what we've discussed a few times before, is that there's a lot of pressure on the Chinese ladies singles, and they seem to be crumbling a bit under this pressure. They have good days and bad days like anyone, but I think you know, when they have their good days, they're world #1, and when they have their bad days, they can not lose to anyone, but they can lose to quite a few. Yeah, that's running, that's trouble.
Yeah. Is part of that the style of management of the head coach in China, Li Yongbo? Because, of course, you know, a famous incident last year, the #1 player at the time, Wang Yihan, as world #1, was told that she had to prove herself again because she lost the first singles in the Uber Cup final against the Korean player. And she wasn't selected as one of 4 players for the Asian Games.
Yeah, it's tough in China. Obviously, they're asking very, very high standards. Nothing but the best is good enough. And they have so many players to take from, so the competition is fierce.
Yeah.
Very fierce, I would say. And sometimes I'm sure the management in China is using, you know, the fear, the fact that, you know, if you're not performing, you're out, because they have so many to choose from.
Just missing with that smash, Saina Nehwal, 21-year-old from Hyderabad. Oh, that's a good shot.
Saina has looked strong, as you say, this week. It's not really been tested, but she's looking strong. She's got good pace so far, and what I sort of look at most is she looks like she's got a lot of self-confidence.
Yeah. Well, the last tournament she played, she reached the final, the Indonesian Super Series event. But I was talking to her coach, Bulela Gopichand, prior to these championships getting underway. There he is, former All-England champion, himself fine singles player. And he was saying that training at his academy in Hyderabad had been going so well, and he was really feeling that his players were ready for these championships, and they've looked it, haven't they?
Oh yes, India have had a very good World Championship here, no doubt about it. They have really done well. And it's nice to see that there's just what we saw in the men's singles here from Guatemala. We suddenly see, you know, other nations doing well at this World Championship.
Yes, of course, in the men's singles, not only first ever player from Guatemala in quarterfinals day, but also the first player ever from Vietnam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Well disguised.
Service over, 7-all.
Just long. Now, obviously, Wang Xin having picked up a couple of silver medals last year in major championship. She's a fine player, but what really is the strengths that we should be looking out for? What are her real qualities?
I think she's a very good all-rounder. She plays with good pace, and what I think also, she's good changing her tactics. She's good exploiting different areas of the game, and then suddenly, you know, changing it all around. And she plays with good disguised shots as well. Is a good runner, good fighter. In my opinion, no, we discussed it a few times, and potentially, I think Wang Yihan is the best, potentially. But if you look at it right now, I think Wang Xin is possibly the best of the four they have.
Here is Long of that back line.
9-8.
Oh,
That's cool, good, but I have my doubts about that.
That's well shouted.
Oof, that was out, surely. Well, no argument, just a little look from Saina Nehwal towards the umpire, but no overall.
It's too far away from him.
Yeah, the umpire's only allowed to change the line judge's decision if he sees that a clear error has been made.
I think Wang Xin has chosen this end of the court with care, because she's playing, I think, a little bit against the drift. And we've seen so far that Saina has played a few out on the baseline because she's playing with the drift. And it makes a difference. It makes a big difference.
11-9 interval.
So it's Wang Xin from China who has the advantage at the mid-game interval. 2-point advantage, to be precise. Zhang Lin, the current Olympic champion, now coaching the women's singles player. Former world champion too.
Yeah, she was around in ladies singles for many, many years. It was very unusual to see that China was having a singles player lasting for that many years. She must have been on the circuit for at least 10, 11 years.
Yeah, that's right.
Very, very unusual.
Yeah, she was 32 when she won her second Olympic gold medal.
Yeah. And I remember she was in the Chinese team in 1998, maybe 97 in Sweden, so she was around for many years.
So is there something that Saina Nehwal should be doing a little different here, tactically?
Not yet. That's what I like. Sorry, that's what I like about Wang Xin. She sees a small chance and she's intercepting it, and she's playing a really sharp shot. That's what she's good at. Saina just have to make sure that this is going to be a long and hard match, because I think she's on the physical side, maybe have a small advantage. But it's not, I think, a train smash, as we say, if she's losing this first set, because I think she will find it easier to play on the other side. For her, it's obviously to have a long first set and, you know, stay with Wang Xin for as long as possible to drag this match into at least 1 hour. That's good play.
Yeah, very good play, and the run of points for Wang Xin finally comes to an end. It was 6 straight points. That's good judgment.
Yeah, it was.
Service over, 15-10.
See, again, she's seeking these half chances. I like that. And especially in ladies singles, it's very difficult to sort of change from being in a attacking situation and then suddenly having to get into a defensive situation. You will find that ladies singles, they find the transformation very difficult.
Another call that Saina Nehwal was not convinced about.
Saina, it's definitely still possible for her to win this first set. She needs 2 or 3 good points now, and she's way up there. But it's got to be soon.
Service over, 17-12.
Yeah, it's good disguise, good angle.
13-17.
It's fascinating if you can see Saina Nehwal, just as she's about to hit an overhead, she really relaxes the fingers on the racket. Yeah.
She's got to watch out playing that shot, Saina. She's got caught 2 or 3 times, and that drop shot she's playing, Wang Xin sees it very easily, get up very early and put the pressure on.
Yeah, and of course that's one of the dangers of playing cross-court, isn't it? Because if your opponent gets it back, then you've got the full diagonal of the court to scamper.
See, now she's moving in. That's really well played. And I think it played on Saina's mind that she was caught on the cross-court the last few times, so she had to play straight. And Wang Xin is straight away moving in there. She's not even considering the cross one, because she knows that Saina is scared for that one. So really good play, really, really good play by Wang Xin.
Squall of delight there from Wang Xin. Understandable, because she's earned herself 7 game points.
That's good pressure.
Oh, remarkable. The net cord on the backhand drop from Wang Xin. And then a net cord from Saina Nehwal. Repays the compliment. Look at that. She did well to control it because the shuttle got deflected.
It's so difficult.
Wang Xin not ready. Play the point again. That's 2 game points saved.
It is, though, a lot to save 7.
Okay.
This time.
By Wang Xin, 21-15.
Umpire confirming the score. 21-15 in 14 minutes of play. And Wang Xin looking very impressive indeed. Zhang Ling used to be saying, come on, keep those feet moving quickly. She seemed to be saying, look, you're doing great, especially moving forward. And she certainly was. I felt she was really commanding the front of the court.
ऊपर क्रॉस भी मार सकते थे यहाँ से मारने का उसको वो देने के बाद फिर करेंगे.
I think it's important for Saina to find the baseline. If she can't find the proper length of her shots, she's in deep trouble.
Yeah.
First set wasn't too good. She's got to find that baseline.
Well, Saina Nehwal's coach, Pulela Gobijand, appeared to be saying you've got to get it deep into the back corners behind Wang Xin, because as soon as she's turning, especially on the backhand side, to play that backhand, then of course Saina Nehwal can go forward to the net.
Forwards. But that also means she's got to find the baseline, as she did not do in the first set.
He's a master tactician, is Pulela Gobijand. Very quiet, considered man.
Second game, love or play.
So the number 3 seed, Wang Xin, having taken that opening game 21-15. Can Saina Nehwal implement those tactics?
Appeared to be a gap on that forehand side, but she was lurking the whole time, waiting and then counter-attacking. She's waiting for that one. Well played by Wang Xin.
Down the line.
That was a bit of a miss-hit.
Service over, 1-all.
I understand Saina Nehwal is going to start working with Ramki, former Indian cricket performance analyst. He's going to do some work with her about her tactics and study of opponents.
Okay.
Cross-sport use of...
Could be good to have input from other sides.
Absolutely.
Service over.
Sometimes they see something you don't see. That's well left.
No, she's off balance as she played that.
Service over, 30.
She should be able to control it, and I think she's quite frustrated. Even though slightly out of balance, a shot like that should be controlled.
It's a good rally.
But that's what I mean. She's good when she's getting underneath those and she's attacking.
Yeah, she has nice movement to that round the head position, as we call it, and you still play with the normal overhead action when it's down your backhand side. Unusual sort of start as far as badminton is concerned for Wang Xin. Not the usual sort of Chinese coming into world badminton. She only came into the international scene in 2009, and yet she'd joined the national training camp when she was 17 or 18. Promptly picked up a very serious back injury, so she only stayed 2 months. She was sent back to her provincial team, and she
There's no way of that. Okay.
Yeah, and because she's 25 and she hasn't been along on the world tour for that long. And then back in 2009, she did very well in the national games, China national games, and she was invited to try out for the national squad again. Promptly beat everybody in the national squad, and so she was invited back again. And look at her, silver medals in world championships.
Really fantastic determination.
Yeah,
that's good. I didn't know that. Oh, see, that's what happens now. It's like what would you say, 2 inches out? 5, 6, 7 centimeters.
Service over, 6-4.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that Wang Xin is winning the battle at the front of the court at the moment.
Saina have to do that. Put more pressure on that baseline, but obviously that's what I was trying to explain before. That transition between, she's not really in an attacking situation, but we're fighting for initiative, and suddenly this attack is coming, and she's not ready for it. That transition in ladies singles is really difficult for the girls to do.
Because of the leg strength that's needed.
Yes. Even though they're obviously very strong and very fit, it is very difficult.
Yes, because changing direction is
what we saw here.
Very difficult physically. And this is a good little lead from Wang Xin. 5-point advantage now.
9-4.
Yeah, that looked a little bit of a panic shot to me. Desperately wanting to win the rally.
Yeah.
Over keen.
Angry shot as well, I think. She's got to stay calm. She's got to play her shots. And that is way out.
10-4.
5 straight points to Wang Xin.
Service over. 5-10.
It's crunch time for Saina now.
Yeah.
Catching up is essential. 3 more points.
Service over. 11.
Not to be.
Interval.
Because a 6-point advantage for Wang Xin at the mid-game interval. Just 22 minutes. Well, perhaps that long match last night, Wang Xin against Petia Nedelcheva of Bulgaria, perhaps that really sharpened her up, whereas Saina Nehwal hasn't really been extended until this quarter-final.
Yeah, it can go either way. Exactly, it can go either way. Play the game, you know how it affects you.
20 seconds. Hot 1, 20 seconds.
Saina Nehwal, of course, the Commonwealth Games gold medalist last year in Delhi. The last gold of the Games, and it had major significance because it meant that India moved above England on the medal table. First time ever.
Ever, yeah.
Huge, huge star in her home country is Saina Nehwal.
She's getting through the whole time.
Yeah, and she's really hunting the shuttle. There was a net shot there from Wang Xin.
She's getting up so early on it. Yeah, she's very committed, Wang Xin. Getting everything early, going for the attack at any given opportunity. She's really, forcing this game, I think. Yeah, she's not happy. Good shot, well played by Saina.
Service over. 6-12.
Yeah, that was the deep shuttle that got past Wang Xin. Wang Xin having to turn and take it quite late.
Going out,
Yeah, famous sideways drift in Wembley Arena. Just taken wide. Yeah, put away with venom.
And she's waiting for that forehand. When Saina is playing that cross shot there, she's waiting for it. It happened on a few occasions. I'm sure they've done quite a lot of studying of Saina's game.
17-6.
What a 9-point advantage now. Gopachand is saying, come on. It's a big deficit to make up. Yeah, she's been very proactive, isn't she, Wang Xin?
That was the word I was looking for before. Thank you. Wang Xin is in total control and demand. She's just controlling everything. Another clear would be good now.
Perfect.
Completely controlling the game.
17-6.
Well, she was quarter-finalist last year as the #2 seed. And it doesn't look, at the moment, as if she's going to progress further in the quarter-final again this year.
That would have been a winner.
Service over. 7-17.
Wide.
Yeah, that was 2. The other one was going wide too.
Service over. 18-7. Service over. 8-18.
Oof, just long. She has played with great intensity. I know there was an error there, but for the majority of the match, great intensity, great speed. Now that's the one that Gopachand was urging her to do after the first game.
Yeah, see if she could catch her in that deep backhand corner. And this is actually the first time in the match it's been possible to do
yeah. so. Overdone it.
Service over. 19-10.
And the error from Saina Nehwal that gifts match points to Wang Xin of China.
It's going wide.
It's going wide. First time of asking. And the silver medalist from a year ago, Wang Xin, is safely through to the semi-final. Victory over Saina Nehwal of India.
21-15, 21-10.
21-15, 21-10, the margin of victory in a match lasting just 29 minutes. Well, she looked very, very impressive today, did Wang Xin. And she is safely through to the semi-final, and she will meet the winner of Wang Yihan, the #2 seed, her teammate from China, or Pi Hongyan, who represents France. Now that match later on this evening.